Hi guys, this is Dima, your English tutor. In this short video, I would like to share with you joy from one of my, I think, greatest achievements in my career as a tutor. You see on the screen the certified Duolingo result of one of my students, 130. And if you have a look, the sub-scores are also very good. But, I want to tell you that the essence lies not in this. Let me tell you a brief story. Probably it will motivate some of you and help you to, to surmount this Duolingo. When we got acquainted with the lady, by the way, she has been living in Canada for about 7 years. She has a family there and several kids and so on. Of course, originally she's not from Canada, and her husband is from Quebec. So that French influence was great. I mean that though she had been living for 7 years there, she didn't hear the, let's call it literate, grammatical English. And there was such a paradox that, on the one hand, she possesses a great passive vocabulary. I mean, great, we have, by the way, we have grown it within the last 4 months tremendously. But compared with a lot of my other students, her passive English is very nice. Yes, superb. Yeah. But what concerns writing and speaking being pressed for time, for example, when you start writing, you have 5 minutes and you are under stress. Here, she always started producing some primitive and absurd mistakes in verbs and spelling. Let's focus on verbs. For instance, she could have written, instead of he likes, he like, or instead of I have done, I were doing, something like that. It's absolutely absurd. We tried to remedy this for, I don't know, for 4 months maybe. So prior to our meeting, she had about 95 or 100 overall. I don't remember exactly. She needed 125 for Duolingo. So you see, we had to overcome the margin of over 30 almost points. And we had 4 months. But due to that problem with grammar, with this illiteracy, she always she stumbled upon the subscore for production of about like 100. The system didn't give her more because of those mistakes, and she has passed the Duolingo for I don't remember how many times. I mean, prior to our lessons, maybe 10 times or 15 times, and within our cooperation, maybe also 15 times or something. She was like set on it, as they say. Her mind was totally focused on her goal. And you see, finally she has got 130, which I'm very happy about. By the way, it was required by one of the small colleges, even community colleges in Canada. I think they are very, very, let's say, arrogant and cocky about this, because 125 for the college, it's not... for a small college, it's not at least Toronto College, it's not Stanford, Harvard, something like that. It's just a small college, but they require of you not only Duolingo 125, but also the completion of a so-called G30 or G12, I don't remember, course, meaning that you have to attend for several months a special linguistic course, as if you comply with the standard of, as if you have completed Canadian school, secondary school of the 12th grade. And according to the legislation of Canada, if you have completed successfully that course, G30 or how they call it, I don't remember, you are exempt. You shouldn't pass Duolingo, because the certificate of that course already proves entirely that you are eligible for, for enrollment into this. But the college required also Duolingo, and the girl didn't want to, to stand up against them. And finally she did it. So we started with 95 overall, and in 4 months with something we rose to 130, which I'm very happy about. And you see, little by little we were improving in comprehension and literacy, mostly due to constant workout on some magnificent web resources. There are some websites, I use them only in my private sessions, where there are real tasks from Duolingo, for example 5,000 real tasks, and that girl processed most of them, maybe 4,500 tasks, and little by little her comprehension grew, because she was constantly doing, let's say, read and select, and unknown words she analyzed with the dictionary, then she redid, then she again analyzed, and so on, like a tortoise She was crawling, towards her success. And finally, you see the production, they gave her 115 and literacy 130. I don't know how. It's a God's miracle, I think, because with those mistakes. So what I want to tell you is that if you have that motivation and what's more, inspiration, try to feel the difference between those two concepts, motivation and inspiration. You will achieve your goal, provided you have sufficient time. Honestly, sometimes I was beginning to have some doubts as to her success because she stumbled upon this 100 for production because of those mistakes, but you see, she did it somehow. I don't know how, but she did. Even maybe that AI of Duolingo was already tired of her constant attempts, let alone, by the way, her failures, like technical failures, not her fault, but internet connection failure, the mouse, the cursor of the mouse hovered somewhere where it shouldn't be, yes, so some problems with something, or somebody came into the room. So there were maybe 10 of such cases. But that lady, despite all of that, she was moving along, she kept it up, and you see, finally she achieved her goal. So friends, what I want to tell you is that please keep up doing what you're doing if you want to succeed. Of course, you understand that motivation will not substitute for inspiration. Sometimes probably there are some signs from above or something. If you are passing Duolingo 10 times and you feel you're capable but you cannot get your desired score, probably it's, as I say, a sign from above that you should not study at that college this year. I hope you understand what I mean. Sometimes like we shouldn't be like rams hammering against the wall with our heads. On the other hand, if you feel inspiration that you want to do it, you really want, you feel inspired, yes, elated because of this, then keep up doing and you will eventually come to your destination. Okay friends, if you need urgent assistance in preparation for Duolingo, contact me. Mind you, my lessons cost money, so please carefully read first the page on my website with the cost of the lessons, then read a couple of testimonials of my ex-students, and only then write me to my WhatsApp or Viber or something and describe your situation, and I'm sure I'll be able to help. Okay, I love you guys, and see you in our next video.